When in the beginning it would normally be just the CEO or a board member, or some person really up there on the top who was a candidate for coaching. And obviously, because it is an expensive proposition, and companies are now looking into what are the benefits they would get as opposed to the investment that they are making. Over the years, I have tailor-made, I keep changing my methodology, and what I've been following now is to try and enmesh a lot of people within one coaching journey. So what I look at is not driving change in a person, but bringing about a coaching culture within the organization. When people are stakeholders for a gentleman or a lady who is being coached, I am continuously in connect with the stakeholders, and somewhere they see a magic happening and they get sucked into it. So it's not just a person, but the entire climate around it, if we can bring that about with coaching. And also, to answer your first part of the question, the companies which I've been working with, they've seen changes, and now they are increasingly investing in the middle management. I have people individually coming to me from the middle management, not seniors. Seniors is mostly driven by the HR, who are now looking at, they know there is a promotion coming up and they want to hit the road running. So they want to be prepared. And I have people coming from there, they're ready to invest in themselves, and I have been doing coaching journeys with them. So, thank you.
On the commercial bit, I just wanted to add a point, and that's the way I see it. It's a personal sharing that how much do you spend on a laptop? How much do you spend on an iPhone? Okay, coaching might be a little more expensive than that today, but I can tell you it's worth it. The utilities of coaching or this thing are not lower than getting yourself a new laptop or a new iPhone or whatever. And sorry, I'll just take I had passed on that question a little unfairly, so I would feel very guilty if I went away without answering it. so let me answer that. Yes, see, unfortunately or fortunately on coaching there's no MRP today. It's an evolving industry. I mean, all kinds of prices, all kinds of rates are being talked about. In my experience, I mean, I've worked with people for zero money, which is the pro bono part, which you do for adding up your coaching hours or something, provided it is accepted by your institute that you are working with. As far as the actual costs are concerned, I've worked in a range personally and I try to work on an assignment basis and not on a per hour basis, because in an assignment you may add other values, like I try to add MBTI if it's applicable or something. So it's not a per hour kind of a rate. And the assignments that I've been paid for have ranged between 75,000 rupees for about 12 or 15 hours. And sometimes they extend beyond, and at least I don't count hours like that. It's the full assignment. And up to about 3 lakhs. That's the range that I have personally been able to work in so far. I don't believe it will last forever, but that's the thing which is there today. I've heard of people even charging double those amounts, etc. Unfortunately, those kind of customers have not yet walked past my door, nor have I walked past their door. But if any of you want to pay that kind of money, I'm here. Thank you very much.
That was, just one moment, I would like to also respond. It was Rajesh, right? You asked Rajesh, yeah. Okay. So a couple of thoughts around coach training in corporations. I come from a personal belief that every manager of people in the company needs to have coaching skills. Okay? That's number one, and they could at least have like a 3-day training program, you know, like 40 hours or something like that, where they learn, but they learn well, and they can go back and use those coaching skills when they're giving their employees performance appraisals. Every performance evaluation should be followed by a coaching session, yeah? Those sorts of things. So every manager of people should have that. And then we also come from a place where I believe every employee in the company needs to learn self-coaching methodologies. Self-coaching. And if you want to send your employees somewhere, you can go to one of our websites. It's totally free. www.thebrainwalk.com. Thebrainwalk.com. It's open to the world, free of charge. Every employee should learn self-coaching methodologies, because if they're stuck, if they can't achieve a goal or overcome a challenge, then they need to know some self-coaching. Would you agree? So they can start with the Brain Walk, and if they want some more, then, I'm sure there are all kinds of companies like ours that can offer that. And then the other piece is, for those of you who have very large organizations, consider a train-the-trainer program. Yeah? Much easier, less expensive. You get a few qualified instructors as coaches, and then you just pass it down through the organization. That's the best way. That's the way you're going to change your corporate culture. Yep. Microphone, please. Who is the microphone
Excuse me, I have
runner?
the question.
We need someone sitting right
I have
here.
the question first.
Yes. Okay.
Please throw light on the various certification program, right from the entry level to the professional coaching program to the master coaching program, and what's the difference?
I didn't understand that at all.
You have different level of coaching certification programs.
Oh, you want to know the different levels of certification
Yeah,
programs?
so what are they? What are the advantages?
Okay, great. With the IIC, I'm going to present a whole slide here after lunch, so if you can wait for that. But there's APC, ASC, AMC, AFC, right? And all the different levels, how many hours of coach training you need, how many client hours you need, all of that will be presented. And, we had a discussion, Gerard O'Donovan and I, I don't know, about 6 months ago, and we said, how many hours of training does it take to make a great coach? Isn't that a good question? So both of us run coach training companies, so we looked over the years and years we've been doing this, and we felt the magical number was around 70. But that's where you start to turn into being a reasonably good coach. You've got the training, you've got the buddy coaching experience, you've got practice, because in that 70 hours is just supervised training, and then you have practice on top of that. But just for supervised training, about 70 hours will make a great coach. So just FYI. But I'll present all the rest to you a little later. Are you the microphone runner? Okay. Sir, would you mind sitting in the middle there, please? Can someone translate?
Okay, yes, I have a question. In fact, I think he wanted to find out the name of the website. It's called brainwalk.com. Yes, I have another question, if I could, or you would, yeah?
So you can run easily.
In fact, I have 3-4 questions. Yes, my first question is, how is coaching different from counseling, though you have answered it, and mentoring? Because as I understand, it is a therapy, counseling is a therapy, which has a lot of digging in, probing, and that is what I feel coach also does. As far as mentoring is concerned, as I understand, it is also about advising. We cannot advise without probing, one. Secondly, it goes to the panel out there.
Can we answer that first question
Please,
first?
why not? Yes.
Yeah. You must have come late, because we did make a presentation on the difference between
Yes,
coaching and counseling.
perhaps,
Let me give you a quick synopsis.
Okay. I'll appreciate it.
Therapists and counselors are what we call the archaeologists.
Yes.
They will take us into our past. Dig, and find out, what happened here, then whatever, right? Coaches are the architects. We are the builders of the future. However, coaches, when we understand science, I'm going to explain the whole science of the cell biology, neuroscience, and all that this afternoon. Once we understand that, then we know that a coach has to take the client into the past a little bit. Because you have to find when the recurring behavior actually started. If it's an unconstructive behavior, we have to know when it started, so then we understand the pattern and can change it. So coaches can go back there, but they go quickly and forward again. Whereas archaeologists, the counselors, spend a lot of time in the past. And a mentor is someone who gives advice, yeah? Just someone who could sit across from you and give advice all day long.
All right. So what I understand is, the speed is the difference. Perhaps the counselor would get more into details, etc., which a coach might not, or would. Okay, my second question for the panel is, if one is doing executive coaching, is there a overlapping between life coaching and executive coaching when the coaching goes to an executive coach? And how is it different?
For me? Where's the microphone? Oh, we need the mic. Where's the? We need a microphone up here, and we need a microphone runner. So what was the question again?
Thank you. That's a wonderful question. Every coaching journey after the third session invariably ends up being a life coaching journey.
Wow, love to hear you say that. Thank you very much.
An individual, when you go in to coach an individual as an executive, he is not only an executive. He is a parent, he is a child, he is a friend, he's a spouse. He's lots of things rolled into one. You cannot put him into a watertight compartment and just look at his professional angle of life. It has to be a holistic view of every aspect of him, and only then change happens. So it could upfront, the issue could be the person is not delegating enough, and he needs to do that once he's a leader. That's what the HR tells me. Once I'm in there, I don't only look at what is holding him back from delegating to his team. Obviously, there is something going in there which is not letting him let go in other areas of life also. I would dig there and see what's going on. And that would mean looking at everything, the whole package, the whole person.
Okay, this just comes out of to what you said. Then why don't we term it as coaching? Why do we term it as life coach, or we call it as executive coach if there's so much of overlapping happening?
Okay. Yeah, okay, I'll answer that.
Yes, please.
The reason being, many organizations will tell you that they want to hire a coach to support the leader in identifying the gaps in their leadership competency. Yeah? And also identifying the strengths of the leader. And so if a company is paying money for that, they want to know it's executive coaching, right? It's managerial type of coaching. But all of us here know, I mean, we start off working on leadership competencies, and inevitably we're coaching them on how to have a better relationship with their husband or their wife, or their children has got ADD and how are they going to cope with ADD, and it just goes all over the place. And you know what? That's why someone needs to be really well trained as a coach, so they can bounce back and forth, so they understand what a leadership competency is, so that they understand, you know, how to coach someone who's going through a critical life illness. And I can tell you that there are a lot of CEOs and executives around that are not very well. Right? Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. And one last